Hello, and welcome back to the Sword of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series with some filched craft brew on the side.
It's mine!
I'm Jade, and I'm here with Nate, and today we are falling into chapter 54 of Soul of the Fire.
Actually, Jade, I think I'm gonna have to leave because I just took something, and now I've got a really angry lady chasing me around.
Well, shit. Well, you shouldn't take things that aren't yours, because then shit like that might happen.
I should have followed Cave of Wonders rules. We all know you're fine to be in there, just don't touch anything.
Yeah, you could stare at all the cool shit, don't touch it. Because your oils might fuck it up or something, but also stealing's bad.
Well, that's more to the point, I think. Stealing is bad.
Yeah, I think that's today's moment of truth.
Stealing is bad, yeah.
Don't do it. Last episode, chapter thing, we saw Richard and Galen take a trip to the library. Vedetta had a meeting with Dalt, and Anne just prayed.
She just kind of did her thing and prayed. Just a little check-in.
Yeah.
Needle has moved, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little short and a little awkward.
We checked in on her, checking in with the creator, all of that. In this episode, chapter, I don't know what I'm doing.
So does it mess you up because we're doing an episode about a chapter?
Yeah,
or
I think that's the issue. I don't know whether to call what we're doing an episode or a chapter, but I'll figure it out after, maybe a couple hundred more episodes. So we're joining Fitch and Morely here, and they're hiding near their objective, which is to get into the fucking keep.
That's right.
The only way that we all know how. Across a very heavily guarded bridge, which good to know that in the absence of the people in charge, there are still guards hanging out here.
Yeah, Richard's not literally the only person guarding this place.
There should be guards all up in as far as you can get in, right?
Yeah, it's full of magical shit. You don't leave something like that unguarded ever. So yeah, it's good that they have guards here.
Yeah, there's like a hole in the basement that the enemies can come right in.
Come right in.
So we should have a lot of people.
There's no lock on it
Here. Yeah.
It's just another somewhat angry, somewhat horny lady.
Yeah, and nobody here knew that there was going to be no magic. So, yeah. But anyways.
Fitch especially.
Back to Fitch, yeah. He is pretending to have a plan, right? And he has this confidence that is coming mainly from just having an easy road here, paved by the money that was given by Dalt.
Literally fake it till you make it.
Yeah, but it's working. He's feeling pretty good about himself, and they've made it here with, relative ease.
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it said that if you just say something fast enough and loud enough, people believe that you're confident about it.
I mean...
So it's just like, it's fine. All we have to do is cross the bridge and get into the door. But it's littered with guards. Yeah. So Morley's like, I don't know how that's going to happen, but sure.
He's like, I got it. Hold on. I just gotta... I'm working on it. He's been pretty cautious with the money on the way here. Obviously, he came from fucking none. So he's like, I'm not going to be throwing it to the wind. He only drank a little tiny bit when he thought they were safe. And that was mainly just to fucking forget... what they were running from.
They got themselves a bottle instead of going out to bars, I think is what it said. That they were more reserved with what they drank, or and they spent less doing it, so they also weren't out in public and being seen with money. And,
yeah, at least Fitch was. I think that Morley was a little bit more lax, at least as far as sleeping with women.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But Fitch is insecure still, and he doesn't want to catch something. So he's like, no, I'll wait.
Well, he thinks they'll laugh at him.
Yeah. He's skinny.
He's like, Morley's a man. He's a big dude. Nobody's laughing at Morley.
Look at his beard.
Yeah, look at his beard. I don't think Fitch, he probably just doesn't understand that that's not what they're going to laugh at. Right? Yeah. Okay, you got a shitty beard. If you pull down your pants and you got a fucking hog, then it's just like, oh. Morley might have a tiny dick. We don't know that Fitch knows.
Well, also,
Fitch couldn't have a fucking hog. We don't know that either. So maybe he goes and they don't laugh. They're like, oh, shit, kid.
Well, and the thing he's missing, too, is that, in general, if you're paying a prostitute, they typically aren't going to, laugh at you for your physical features. 'Cause
you are paying for services.
Right.
Yeah.
But
might only be for a couple of minutes.
Right.
But you're paying for services.
Right. They may not fully enjoy what they're doing, but they're not gonna like say ha 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 and make you want to leave.
They're your girlfriend or boyfriend for like 2-3 minutes, maybe tops.
Yeah. So Fitch and Morley, though, at this point, they hang out, they're watching, he's still trying to formulate that plan, and suddenly the guards on the bridge begin to jump to their deaths, one at a time, into the chasm below.
See? I fucking told you, Moore. Don't even worry about it, bud.
I got it.
I'm the fucking chosen one.
You see my nose bleed? I did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
this
God.
wasn't from stress. Fitch feels a wind on the back of his neck that passed, and he thinks that when they're screaming on their way down, it kind of sounds like chimes. So
Okay, that's weird. Don't know how to do that with a voice, really. Here, let me try.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty good at it. Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
Crazy. So Fitch doesn't really take the time to think about why they're fucking doing this. He's like, this is our fucking chance, bud.
He's caught up in being the guy.
Yeah, so they race their horses. They have to go like a roundabout way to get there, so they lose track of the bridge for a minute, and by the time they get up there, there's fucking nobody there.
All the guards have jumped off.
Yeah.
Now, this is supposed to be the lady, oh my gosh, I forget her name, who jumped off the cliff.
Oh, Roberta.
Roberta. She was looking for mushrooms
lady.
On the high side of the mountain, right? But not the super high side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Right in the pocket where they're perfect. And then she jumped off a cliff happily.
Yeah.
And we know that was the chimes.
Yeah.
So we can assume Fitch hearing the voices sound like chimes and everybody jumping off this bridge, it's the chimes.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I read this chapter like twice and I was like, why the fuck did they all jump off? And for whatever reason, my brain had skipped over the part where he felt the wind and heard the chime noise.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's not explained. What the fuck is this shit? But yeah, it's the chimes.
It is a little underwritten. There's no, like, okay, we know the chimes are wind, water, and fire, right? So, like, yeah, they're jumping off the bridge. Fitch feels a wind, but I think it could have been put just a little more like, it's oddly windy here when it wasn't 100 feet ago.
Yeah.
So somebody picks up that there's a gust that's maybe a little unnatural and starts the reader going, oh, what's going on? Then dudes are jumping off the bridge and you go, I get it now. But they just started jumping almost as if they saw him and then just jumped.
It's also just wild because this is not how we've seen the chimes really work so far, right? It's like one person at a time. And here we have a convenient group of like, I don't know, 12, 13 guys just jump to their deaths in front of Fitch. It was just a weird timing coincidence thing and a lot of people at once where we haven't really seen the chimes take out giant groups of people.
Yeah. I think maybe the only real comparison is the fountain scene where people were getting pulled into the fountain because that happened in the middle of the day and no one noticed.
Yeah.
Usually it seems like the chimes only really attack you if you're alone.
Yeah.
The lady from the beginning, when she left her kids and then the cabin started to burn and that whole thing happened, she was alone when it started to fuck with her. But all these guards are standing in a line. So it is a little different, but I mean, maybe they're getting more powerful or
Stronger.
They just haven't decided to do that. What is curious to me is why the chimes seem to be helping Fitch along.
That's what, yeah. Why?
When they've not done that before.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of helping Fitch?
Plot.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of. That's why I got so confused before.
Fitch
I was like,
must just have the mighty plot power.
Part of me was like, did your gang do that? But no, none of that makes sense.
Right.
This is the chimes, and the chimes for some reason decided Fitch gets to go into the keep today. So they ride under the portcullis into a little yard, and they leave their horses saddled for a quick escape.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, smart.
Way to go,
Don't take your
bud.
horse into the dungeon. Sometimes deep rothays just don't fit.
They don't fit, which I think is bullshit.
They are smaller than a regular rothay. But sometimes they're just big.
And reduce and large only lasts for a very short time, so you can't make them little and just let them ride in your pocket.
Yeah.
Stupid. Anyways. Following instructions, presumably from Franca, They navigate the keep's enormously complex interior and finally emerge onto a massive rampart. That is like as long as it was in the book. Fucking wild. They see a huge gold-clad marked door with symbols all over it at the end of this rampart that they're in, and Fitch pushes it, swings it wide open, and we're in the fucking Wizard's Enclave.
What is a rampart again? I should know this.
Like, you know when you have the circles on the corners of a building, like a castle?
Yeah.
And then the area alongside it where the soldiers will like boop, 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 boop.
Oh, yeah, like the top of the wall.
With the crenellations.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the rampart.
That's a rampart.
Got you.
That's fucking insane. That they went through the whole keep that fast. And, okay.
I mean, it's just time speeding up, right? We just didn't stay with them doing it.
I don't think it's just that, though. Like, from what we know, it's a super complex, like, maze-like giant fucking building, right?
With magically shielded doors, but if magic isn't working, who knows if maybe that's why all the guards were there, because magic ain't working, so they need a physical presence there, because otherwise we know it's kind of like, well, if you know your shit, you can get in there, but how many people know their shit outside of, say, Zed and Richard right now that we really have to worry about?
But that's what I'm so crazy. That's what's so crazy to me. That Franca, right? Franca remembered well enough how to navigate the halls of the keep to relay it to this child, like step by step. And then Fitch
can't read.
Yeah.
So unless it's an extremely accurate map, he's just memorized these instructions.
Right. He then took that in and remembered it so well that months later, or maybe weeks later, he's able to fucking navigate the interior of the keep and get right there with no fucking problem. That's crazy to me. We've seen Richard and the Mord Sith. I know that there were magic doors, so they had to go weird pathways. But it's always been a giant, painstaking task.
It's a labyrinth.
Yeah. But no. Fucking Fitch just gets to stroll through the fucking castle or keep, whatever.
He gets it, man. He's the chosen one.
Chosen by something. Okay, so entering the first Wizard's Enclave, Fitch spots his objective across the room on a cluttered table. The Sword of Truth. It's just laying there.
Of course, he wants the Sword of Truth. That was the whole thing. He's going to be the new Seeker.
But it's just laying there. And I know that Richard assumed that there would be multiple magical, like, obstacles for people to get through before they got here. But also, it's just laying there.
Not if you have a map. You just get right in.
It's wild. Fucking crazy.
The idea that, well, and we'll find out why here in a second, but the idea that they don't have guards inside here.
Yeah.
Be like, look, I'm the Seeker. This is the most important magical artifact on the planet. Everybody needs to guard this weapon with your life until I get back.
Or that he wouldn't have, like, tucked it underneath a desk somewhere or something. Like, just make it a little bit harder for someone to find if they so happen to get in here. Ugh. But he warns Morley not to touch a skull, because Morley's like, ooh, look at that shit. And he's
again,
like,
Cave of Wonders rules, don't touch anything.
Right. He's like, it might come back to life. You know, wizards can do that.
I love that.
I thought it was cute. Fitch runs over to the table. He picks up the sword. It's the sword. He knows it because he can read the one word he can read, right? Truth on the hilt. And Morley's like, okay, what the fuck can I take then? If you get that awesome fucking sword, look at all this shit. I can't touch the skull. What can I have? And behind him, he hears nothing.
And that's why there's no guards in this room, because there was a guard in the room and you didn't fucking know.
I don't know. I don't think she was there. I think she popped up here, right?
She was just walking through.
She was following them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
We'll see who she is. It's a blonde woman in a red leather outfit, by
the
way.
Let me guess who it is.
Yeah. She demands that they return the sword. Fitch and Morley refuse at this point and start tossing the sword back and forth. They're playing keep away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Dangerous, but fucking awesome.
Yeah, fucking wild. It has to be in its little, like...
It's in the scabbard. Yeah. It has to be.
But still...
The baldric. Excuse me.
But still, those things, like, can slide right out of those, right? Like, that's the whole point?
Well, maybe. like my sword can. But there's a detail we know about Richard in that whenever he thinks there might be a fight on his hands, he checks that his sword is clear, right? And that when he pushes it all the way down, he hears a little click. So no, I don't think it does. I think they've got a nice little spring ball mechanism in there that when it's fully seated, it's not just going to fly out for no reason.
Okay, well then they're not at risk of their hands getting chopped
No,
off.
I don't really think so. But like, they don't know that that's a thing. So still dangerous.
Neither one of them has ever touched a sword, really, right? Because they're like...
Yeah, as far as we know.
They're like Hakens.
Yeah, they're Haken men. They're not allowed weapons.
Yeah. But Fitch sees this woman as just like another woman like Claudine. He's not fucking scared of her, especially now that he has the sword. We got a little note from Aaron on this about how stupid it is that not only did Fitch and Morley somehow beat this woman, it's Kara, by the way, beat Kara despite her leaving first, but they also seem to have little to no trouble with her here for a minute. She's not really presenting a challenge to them. My thing that I thought was interesting about that is that, yeah, Kara separated from Richard and was trying to get here to the keep to get the sword. And it is surprising that she ended up arriving here at the keep after these two Haken boys who were traveling together.
I think we just don't really know the difference in time from when Kara left to get here and Fitch left to get here. Like, we find out later in the chapter there's 3 horses. When Fitch and Morley pull up, there's only 2. So she did show up here after them, but we don't really know where she was coming from. She might have been in Aidendrill for a week and then saw them ride up and then followed him in. Or she might have been chasing them, assuming that they're heading there, but she was coming to the Wizard's Keep anyways.
Yeah, she was coming for the bottle and the sword.
She probably just got here moments after them and was like, there's horses. Somebody's fucking car is parked in the driveway.
Yeah.
What's going on?
The fuck?
Yeah, that ain't right.
Yeah.
And followed him in to hear, well, what can I take?
Yeah.
Nothing.
But yeah, it is chaos. Like, she definitely wasn't expecting there to be 2 children hanging out in the enclave. Well, I guess they're like young men, but still. In the chaos, they start toppling pedestals over and priceless magical items being smashed and destroyed everywhere. She screams and dives to grab this, like, the bottle, the little black bottle.
The bottle, yeah. We know, well, at least Zed said, it can't be broken by the floor. It has to be broken by the sword.
Yeah. Which I don't think he realized how crazy, like, had this broken here, she would have lost her goddamn mind and thought that the world was going to end for sure. So that's also reckless, Zedicus, because she might have just spiraled into a deep depression because she let this fucking glass bottle shatter that doesn't mean anything to anybody.
Yeah. Her life's mission is doing what Richard needs her to do. So, like, breaking that bottle with the sword is her number 1 priority.
Yeah.
If you dishonor her by preventing her from doing that, she's gonna kill you. She's probably gonna fucking kill you just for being in here, you know, unless you say exactly the right thing. They don't know who they're fucking with. This is Kara.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a sense of humor about this shit.
They don't know what Mortsis are.
No. They are so fucked.
Well, you know what we should do? We should go ahead and drink to their futures.
their future memories.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a little breaky poo, and then we'll be back right after this. Hey, Nate. What are we drinking?
You're so excited. I'm actually excited too. Today, we are having a beer that was recommended by listener Al Meyer.
Oh.
He suggested that we try some Not Your Father's root beer. So I went ahead and picked some up. And this is fucking great, by the way. This is not the first one we've had. I already know my rating for this. It clocks in at 5.9%, and it is a premium malt beverage with natural and artificial flavors and caramel color added. They want you to know that. But it doesn't matter because it tastes like root beer. Though I will say, closer to Barks than an A&W, which is fine. I'm a Barks man. Barks has bite. But this is fucking great. I would drink this a lot. Maybe more than I should.
I guess I don't drink enough root beer to be able to tell you anything about what you were saying before, but I will. It is spicier than some root beers.
Yeah, and you're just not a big root beer fan.
No, I like it with ice cream in it maybe once a year.
So what do you think about this beer?
I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good because it doesn't taste alcoholic. It's 5.9%, and it's pretty easy to drink. As long as it's cold, though, here's the thing with root beer. I'm not a fan of it, but if it's cold and I need something to drink, I can drink it. So it's not like I'm like, meh. It's good, especially if you're trying to do like, not realizing I'm drinking it. I'm drinking a pop. It just feels like you're drinking a pop, and it's pretty neat.
It's like the old school sarsaparilla. We used to get up north at Cozy's. Cozy's isn't there anymore, but we used to get this old style root beer, and it was the fucking best.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a soda. That's all it is.
So my brother used to order every time we went up to the Morley Legion.
Yep. Yeah. They were cool. It was kind of a special thing. Root beer
bottle
has a special place in my heart because there was a special place, a special time of year that you got to have it. So I like this a lot. I'm going to give this a 9.
Plus, it's like sneaky because it's like it says root beer, but it says not your father's. But it's also kind of like a beer. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's
more
fun.
like your grandfather's root beer, though. Probably more like that.
I'll give it an 8.
Hell yeah, that's really good. I didn't expect an 8 from you for root beer, so I'm satisfied with that.
I think that if you put alcohol in root beer, it elevates it on my status. True.
I've also found out through doing a little research, Not Your Father's has more stuff than just root beer.
Oh.
So that might be something we can look into also, because we're about tapped out on all the beers at our local store.
And I think that's the thing, is that any other liquor up pop, like if you try Mountain Dew, the hard Mountain Dew, right? It does not taste like Mountain Dew. It tastes like really liquory Mountain Dew.
Tastes like moon mist.
Yeah, it's not
with booze in it.
It's all right, but this is pretty good. It just tastes like root beer, so it's neat. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yeah, hell yeah, good one.
And now we're gonna keep sipping on these and slide into the chapter. And we're back. So they flee back out under the rampart, and Morley suggests holding her down for Fitch to rape, because, he deserves to have his chance. And Fitch agrees. He justifies it in his head with, like, she had it coming, right? For interfering with his destiny.
I mean, that's a way you could look at it. I think this is doing something for the reader. I think this solidifies in our mind that Morley is a bad dude.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he was more suggestible to the things Dalton Campbell was saying earlier in the book. Not saying it's better, but, like, you could fault him almost a little less. Dude's gullible. He fell for it.
Yeah.
Hook, line, and sinker. But this is the second time where Morley suggests that more happened to these women that they've been dealing with than is either required or instructed to them to do.
Yeah.
So it's coming from his brain now. It's not coming from somewhere else.
And the justification from both of them for it being okay.
Yeah, and how do we make it an okay thing that we're doing as opposed to, no, it's bad.
It's fucked up.
Honestly, the truer way to look at it is this is a bad thing we want to do. How do we do this and get away with it is almost more respectable because you're not trying to lie to yourself about, no, it's okay that we do this bad thing because ...
Yeah.
Because it's not.
Yeah.
But at least if you're like, I'm just a bad guy, I'm going to do this bad thing, then you're owning it. Then when you fucking die for it,
well, I think
we don't have to feel weird about it.
I think the bad thing is that makes it more, that makes you less dangerous, I feel like, than somebody like this.
Because you can read it. You can see it coming.
Yeah, that person is who they are. And they aren't, maybe they are ashamed of it, but they don't hide it. They are who they are.
Right.
This person doesn't realize that they're the bad. They think they're the right, and they're going to present it that way to other people and twist it when they represent things to you, too. Like, if he ever tells this story, he's not going to say that he raped her after he stole a sword.
Oh, no. My guess is he'd leave that little bit out.
Yeah, and he would frame it like she was attacking his destiny and he had to take her down. Like,
I mean, look at what she was wearing. That red leather is so revealing.
he does mention that.
She basically asked me to do it.
It's like a second skin.
Yeah, we've all heard that line. Well, look at what she was wearing.
Yeah.
That doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. But he says he deserves this sword at this point. He deserves to be the Seeker because he's doing this for the right reasons. This isn't said, but even if he ends up raping a woman here, he still would deserve to be the Seeker of truth because he's doing all of these things for the right reasons.
And it goes with what we talked about at the beginning of the chapter, because they show up to the keep, the guards start throwing themselves off the edge of the bridge. Obviously, he's the fucking chosen one. And so from that moment, he believes he can do no wrong because he's the guy.
Yeah.
You know, he thinks he's Richard, but he's not.
Yeah.
And that's fucking dangerous when you're like, look at all the good I'm doing because I've justified it in one way or another, but it's not.
Yeah.
And so now in his mind, he's like, I can be the Seeker and a rapist, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, my guy,
because
you can't
if I
be.
do it, it's the right thing.
Because if I do it, it's right. Doesn't matter if it was good, bad, helpful, harmful.
Yeah.
If I did it, it was fine.
It was my destiny to do that so I could move to the next
Very
point.
bad frame of mind to be in.
Yeah. Well, at this point, the woman's demeanor changes. She's just like, I've had enough of this shit. And she pulls on her red leather gloves, and they have fucked around at this point.
Question for the teacher?
Yes.
Does that mean they're about to find out?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. Well, at least half the team is. Morley swings a punch. She catches his fist, dislocates his shoulder, and then on his next charge, shatters his nose with an elbow.
Oh, now look. I've never dislocated anything. I've never broken any bones, but I have been punched in the nose. And so while I can't imagine what it feels like to have your shoulder twisted out of the socket, which can't feel good, and also had to surprise Morley.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming.
Especially from a woman, right?
After getting hit in the nose, it is the worst. Like, I've been kicked in the nuts before. I feel like getting hit in the nose is almost worse.
Yeah, I learned when I was younger that if a guy is ever attacking you, you take the palm, like the base of your hand, and
drive
you try
it into
and
the nose.
drive it into the bottom of their nose as hard as you can because it'll bring it up into their brains.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a pretty accurate shot for that exactly to happen. But it doesn't, I think it's only like 14 pounds of pressure to and a nose is mostly just cartilage, right? It's not even fully bone. So it's
fuck that shit up.
Not that fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
And it hurts so bad.
Yeah. And then at the base, like at the very bare minimum, that fucker has to walk around with a busted ass nose and maybe some black eyes for the next week.
Yeah.
And have to explain what happened to him. So fuck them for fucking with you. That's what you should do if you get attacked.
You know, you should do more. You should just tell him that you fell down the stairs. You get it? Because he's an abusive piece of shit, and then he finally got hit in the face, and now he gets a little taste of that.
Yeah. I know it's not that easy, but it would be nice if it was easy to just...
But we can dream.
Yeah. So then she backs the whimpering Morley, because, he is pretty fucked up at this point, to the wall and seizes him by the throat and then calmly, indifferently shoves him backward through a gap in the crenellations.
Boom. That's the little rampart thing you were talking about. The where it goes up and down on the outside of the wall. Yep. Crenellations, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So she didn't have to like lift him up and over. It was just a shove.
Yeah. She just...
Good.
Bye, fucker.
Good.
And then he just...
But I'm still horny.
Yeah. Fitch watched in horror as he screamed and plummets to his death thousands of feet below.
Yeah, he wasn't also planning on that happening.
Nope. And that causes Fitch to go, this bitch is no Claudine Winthrop. And he turns and flees for his life.
Run, buddy.
And
you are so fucked.
Yeah, he's fast, but she's fucking faster. She's pure muscle. He has to really topple a massive stone pedestal and then slam a heavy oak door behind it to kind of slow her down, because otherwise he would be completely fucked.
I think it's pretty well understood that Fitch is not as physical as Kara. Kara's been training her whole life.
Yeah.
And if it's a 1-to-1 combat or chase scenario, Kara's going to win.
Yeah.
So he has to slow her down any way he can.
Yeah. And
Which is probably smart. Recognize your weaknesses, you know? You're never going to beat her.
Right. And he does end up, when he, like, topples the pedestal, it hits her and, like, knocks her down for a minute. So he does get a second or two to fucking run his ass off.
Having a pillar fall down on top of you does create the prone condition. So.
But at this point, Kara's got the bottle, you know, and he has the sword. So nothing is going to stop that bitch. You better keep going.
No, she needs both.
Yeah. Fitch busts out of the keep, puts on the sword's baldric, and then finds 3 horses, Morley's, hers, and his, and takes all 3 of them. That's what you were talking about before. That's how we know that she wasn't already in the keep.
She wasn't there before they showed up.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is good, because it would be a wild plot hole that she would be, like, there and hanging out without...
Just waiting for him.
Yeah, without having the 2 things in her hand.
Then they would have seen the horse ahead of time. Yeah, she would have already had the sword and the bottle.
Yeah.
She would have been there to do the thing.
Yeah. He hops onto the horse, grabs the other 2, gallops away, and she stumbles out of the keep behind him, just bloody-faced and clutching the bottle, just like...
She pissed.
Yeah. And so the chapter ends with Fitch escaping. He's now the Seeker, convinced he can prove his innocence and do whatever the fuck he wants, and Kara is just, like, on foot, fucking running.
That is so fucking badass. You took all the horses? That's fine. I am still chasing you. There is something, I think we left it out, but Fitch looks back at Kara and recognizes the fact that she's not going to stop chasing him.
Yeah.
That wherever he goes, she's going to follow. Like, he's got to get somewhere safe.
He's got a Terminator on him right now.
Yeah, 100%. And I just thought that was cool because of Kara's, like, loyalty to the cause. It doesn't matter that I don't have a horse. My job is to chase this fuck down and take that sword back.
Yeah.
So if I have to do that on foot while he's obviously gaining on me riding a horse, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's badass.
And eventually, hopefully, he's going to stumble and I will fuck him up.
Mm-hmm. If you ride the horse too fast, as we know, you could kill it. Or it could break its leg in some shit because you're not a good rider and not really paying attention. So if he fucks up at all, she's gonna be on him.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, you're not going to keep carrying 3 horses. You're probably going to let go of 2 of those reins eventually, and she can always, like, try and scoop one of them horses up.
Yeah. Yeah, my guess would be she'd be scanning the horizon for any sort of thing she could ride.
Yeah.
Or magic portal.
Yeah.
Might even take a go at the sliff if she could find one.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't know where he's going.
Ah, that's true. She has to follow him.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
I have a wizard note in prophecy. Or it's not really a prophecy, it's just a note.
Just a note. Well, we know we can't really do the prophecies anymore.
Yeah.
Because we know. But we can have wizard's notes.
Yeah. Do you think that the Mord Sith and potentially the army think Richard is dead at this point? Do you think that they think he died? Because the bond is gone and they can no longer use their Aegeals. And any other time that we've seen their Aegeals go dead, they've assumed the Lord Rawl is dead.
I think, well, okay, so we know that they don't know anything about the chimes, and we know that Richard doesn't have any kids. So to me, like when Lord Rawl died, when Darken Rawl died and Richard became Lord Rawl, the bond flipped. And people were like, oh, it's that guy now. So Richard died without having any kids, and now there's no bond. But it would stand to reason that there's Nathan Rawl running around somewhere, and Zed is not a Rawl, but he's related, so I don't know, maybe it would go to... The point is, I don't think they feel a bond to anything right now. I think they have to assume he's dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying, because after the Lord Rawl, Darken Rawl, died, it didn't automatically flip to Richard. They had to believe that he was the Lord Rawl.
That's true.
So the people at People's Palace automatically believed because they were there and they saw it.
Well,
but the people in Aidendrill, he had to convince he was Lord Rawl for the bond to work.
Right, for the bond to work. But the other thing is, too, Kara does know the situation. And so there's a chance that she has filled everybody in Aidendrill and the keep. Or at least that's why the guards were there. Look, we need people because magic's not working. This place is unguarded. And I'm currently trying to get it back. Richard's not dead. Right? She could have told them that. I don't think she has. I mean, yeah, it's confusing. Normally there's not guards up there. They just walk up there whenever. But now there are guards, but Kara didn't get there till after Fitch and Morley. So it wasn't Kara that set the guards up there, unless she went to Eidendrill first and then was like, hey, let's send some dudes up. I'm going up now.
Well, we know Burdine was still there and the army was still there. So, I mean, there's a chance that Richard said, keep an eye on the, because the last time they saw him, he went into the keep.
Right.
So he may have left the guards there.
Okay, fair.
But it just occurred to me today that everybody there in Aidendrill, Burdine herself, probably thinks that Richard is dead.
Yeah.
Like, why would she not think he's dead? And they're probably freaking out. That could cause havoc all across the Midlands.
They might start trying to find a new leader. Rumors could get out, Richard's dead. The guy's gone, so now we got to figure out who's going to lead us. And, oh, by the way, we're in a war.
Yeah, I know that Richard sent messengers to Ripish, but he probably should have sent a rider to Aidendrill to specifically deliver a message.
The question is, how much communication did Richard get out to everybody about magic not working?
Yeah.
Did that message go with Kara? Did she alert people? Because if she did, then they may not think he's dead. But if she didn't, then yeah, they most likely do.
I don't think that because she would not have wasted time going to deliver a message, I don't think. She
would if she was told to.
But I think she would have gone to get the sword first and done the inky bottle thing first and then delivered message because then she's not on a timeline, right? So that's just what I'm thinking. Like, Kara has one main mission to make sure that magic comes back. She's going to go destroy that bottle first and then she can deliver messages. But you guys can tell us what you think about it. This is our truth, and we would love to hear yours. Write to us in your journey books to podcastatt@gmail.com or find us on any of our social medias.
Glug, glug, glug.
If you would like to support this podcast and hear some more exclusive content, find us over on patreon.com/podcastatt, where every tier is a happy tier.
That was a bad noise. I shouldn't have done that.
Thank you all for listening, and that's all for us, friends.
We'll see you real soon.
Bye-bye.